By SIGMAR Be Praised. Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome to Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord The Old World. This is a total Warhammer conversion mod for Bannerlords and my god is it looking amazing. I want to go ahead and give a massive thank you to the developers for allowing me to show off this early part of their mod to you guys, and it is looking really good, so the future is looking super bright. If you want to go ahead and keep up to date with this mod and even see me do more stuff on this mod, make sure you go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. It really helps out the channel and goes a very long way. One of the things I do have to mention though, before we do dive into the combat module and take a look at all the stuff that they've given me to show off today, I do have to mention that this is by no way endorsed by Games Workshop. This is a complete fan project and it is a mod, so just had to get that out there. They asked me to mention it, of course, just to kind of reiterate that so no one gets the wrong idea. This is just a fan-made project for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. So, obviously this mod is a huge project and is going to take a lot of time to finish. However, they are making great progress, and today they have given me the first look at the Empire soldiers, a couple lords, and some of the vampire counts, as well as the first monster unit I think I've seen in Bannerlord, and it is looking absolutely amazing. As well as that, obviously you can see in the background as well, this custom start screen looks absolutely amazing. All the Empire soldiers, all the grave guard, the swords, all these assets are custom made by the team and they're looking very good indeed. At the moment, obviously there is no campaign for the mod, and that will be coming later on down the line. And as well as this, in case anyone didn't kind of gather it by now, this is not access to the public at the moment. This is a simple build for me to show off what they're working on, so we can see exactly what they have. So far we have a generic Empire Lord, and they did tell me that this type of Lord is going to change. We're going to get different variants of them, and they're going to have like a lot more different assets kind of scattered throughout them with the more generic Lord. However, we also have Mannfred von Carstein, custom made in his glorious armor, a skeleton horse there as well, looking absolutely amazing. So he'll be leading, obviously, the vampire counts right here. But they're not the only lords that we do have. We also do have a generic vampire lord. So again, these are going to kind of be the more generic lords on the campaign map. You can see the vampire greatsword right there, looking amazing on his back. And then we also have Krell, and I mean, Krell just looks, so goddamn good. He looks amazing. They've done such a high quality job with him. But I thought what we'd do today is just go ahead and play an Empire versus Vampire battle. We're going to go ahead and do a city map as well. There are several city maps which we'll take a look at in today's video. First up, we're going to take a look at Lichtenberg, and then we're going to take a look at Beerhof. This map isn't finished yet, but it does look really cool. And then if this video gets to 500 likes, I'll do another video and we'll play as a vampire count, and we'll take a look at the other maps. So if you guys want to see more content on this mod, go make sure you guys and drop a like and a comment down below. So unfortunately, I did try to get this this mod working with the enhanced battle test, which would have given me a great ability to kind of really customize the battles. But unfortunately, that mod wasn't working with this. Obviously, you know, this is very much a test build that the developers are using, so it's not really meant to be incorporated with other mods. I have got RTS camera working, so we have to take some sweet cinematics and do some slow-mos and stuff like that. But hopefully in the future they have said they do want to like customize a lot of this UI and, you know, completely revamp it and add in way more cool stuff. So that's very exciting indeed. So some of the units that we do have access to and we'll be jumping into the battle and taking a look at. We have the infantry, melee infantry troop type, and we have about 5 or 6 units right here, or 6 to be precise. We have the Empire recruit, state troop, swordsman, spearman, greatsword, and halberd. I would assume how these would be split up in the campaign. Would you go probably like tier 1 Empire recruit, tier 2 Empire state troop, then you'd probably have a diverting path towards swordsman and spearmen, and then obviously the great swords would probably take over the swordsman route, and the halberds would take over the spear route into the tier 4s. Obviously, you know, more troops will be getting added in later on down the line. I would imagine maybe a few more here and there, but for the most part, I mean, we don't probably need that many more units for the Empire. Maybe just a couple more would be very cool. Missile wise, we have archers, crossbows, and handgunners. Unfortunately, no cavalry yet, so no Reichsguard or pistoliers or anything along them lines, and also obviously no artillery yet. It'll be very interesting to see how they attempt to do like cannons and stuff like that, if it's even possible. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen so far of this mod, anything is going to be possible. Over on the other side, we do have the melee infantry for the vampires. So we have animated skeletons, skeleton warriors, skeleton spearmen, graveguard with great swords, and these great swords absolutely pump. They do so much damage. And we also have the calm wraiths as well, as I said, one of the first monsters that we are used to seeing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and give the vampires all infantry. We'll go ahead and be defending the beautiful looking map. And I guess I'll set myself up with a little bit more infantry as well. I'll go 70% infantry right there. Make sure I have everybody ticked on, because I'm not sure exactly how the custom battle works, but I'll just make sure I have everybody ticked on, just so we get all these beautiful units and we can take a look at everything. I'll be playing as the generic Empire Lord, and we'll be going up against the mighty Mannfred von Carstein, and we will simply attempt to defend the settlements. Let's just dive into battle and yeah, take a look at the entire settlement along with everything else. So let's go ahead and pause it really quickly, because I don't want to ruin any of the stuff. You can also notice, which we'll get into, in the bottom left, we actually have magic implemented in the mod. There's only currently 2 spells, and the animations and stuff are still very much a work in progress. But that's so cool, and I think they've done a really good job of actually implementing magic in this mod. So first things first, this is the settlement. And if we go all the way up, it's got some pretty high heights. But if we go all the way out, look at this bad boy. This is a truly, truly epic settlement right here. One to definitely defend. You obviously have loads of custom stuff over on the fort itself. Some really nice ways to defend. And one of the things I really love about this settlement is just how large these streets are. You can actually get, so I've got 300 men here. Like 300 men can fit in like quite nicely in this street right there. So I think they've done a really good job of like, you're kind of making it very battle friendly. We also have a brand awesome now looking skeleton right here as well as some stuff here. You can see there's a bit of lot issues right there. Again, very much still a work in progress on a handful of these items. You can see some stuff popping and stuff, but when you get closer, obviously it looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's just a really good looking settlement, as the enemy will spawn all the way over here. They'll have to obviously make their way up and fight over this settlement at the gate, probably by the time you do set up your defenders. And it'll be interesting as well if the AI has to push up battering rams. I'm sure the developers will kind of think about how they're going to approach doing something like that a little bit later on. But yeah, let's go ahead and defend. Let's go ahead and get our forces set up. We're probably going to set up at the statue at first. We'll see how long it takes us to get there, and then we'll take a look at the units. So let's obviously not go on triple speed as well. So let's go ahead and just march our way over. I have noticed that on these bigger maps, there are a few issues, I think, with a little bit of stuttering here and then, as the AI really tries to figure out how to pathfind this settlement. But for the most part, it runs pretty well. You can see there's a little bit of stuttering here and there. I think that's just like a lot issue that, once that gets sorted, a lot of the problems won't be there. But yeah, here is the generic Lord as I march through the streets, looking absolutely amazing. Shield and sword. They've done such a high quality job here on the weaponry and the rest of the soldiers. So we're pretty much ready to form up, I think. I think the AI will be coming through that gatehouse very quickly. Where are they? Yeah, you can already see some of the forward advancing skeletons getting very, very close indeed. So let's take a look at the army that we have currently available to us. Missiles are arriving as well. Let's pause it again. So over on the left-hand side, these are going to be the Empire Swordsmen, and there are a few variants of them. More variants will be added as the mod gets more and more developed. Obviously, that's going to be their goal, is to kind of add in, so basically, so no like state troop looks completely identical. There's going to be maybe one has a bit of a different arm guard or different helmets, or and so on and so on. They'll be looking to kind of add up. I mean, already we see a handful of different helmets, but again, they'll be looking to kind of add in a bit more variety in your army, which looks absolutely amazing. So these are going to be the spearmen and the swordsmen on the front line. Obviously, the guys right here, these are going to be the levy recruits. So basically, no armor. They're going to be thrown to the chaos gods and just kind of hope for the best. And then obviously the more elite soldiers right here looking very good. But as we go further back, we do have the halberds. These guys, their armor looks amazing. I love the detail in their weapons as well. It's really, really nice stuff. So they're going to be the halberds. And then we also have the greatsword unit right here as well. You can see the detail on that sword. Looking absolutely amazing. And there are several variants of that sword as well. If I can find another greatsword infantry, yeah, you can see this guy's sword is completely different to this guy's sword as well. So getting all of them variants in is going to be very important. My missiles are going to be arriving pretty soon. So let's obviously just form up our infantry before the enemy do get over here. And we'll get our archers as well into that loose formation really quickly as well. And then we'll take a look at the missiles, because I'm assuming the enemy will be here before nightfall, that is for sure. So as you can see, the archers and the guns looking pretty cool. We also have the crossbows who actually do have that, that armored piece on their chest, helmets, and are a little bit more heavily armored. So I imagine they'll probably be at a bit of a higher tier. We obviously have the guns as well, ready to move in and unleash volleys and volleys after the enemy. And then we got my lord as well. So let's go ahead and mess around with some of the wings of death that we have access to, which I'm looking forward to. I will also obviously take a look at the enemy forces. So if I go like that, I think I might have thrown it too far. Yeah, I threw that way too far. Do I not have the training reticle on? Oh, I completely messed that up, I think. Yeah, I think I can... No, did I? No, it's here. Yeah, here we go. Here's my wings of death right there. Is it? Yeah, there it is. It's kind of going off. You can see it's kind of like skulls. I shot it way too deep, but I should have been way closer to it. But yeah, you can see kind of the wings of magic. Again, these animations are still very much a work in progress, but still look cool. And they're just kind of doing damage as they go past. As well as that one way over here. If we press E, you can also do a fireball as well. So if we actually go on slow-mo right now, I can also shoot a fireball out as well and do some decent damage to the enemy lords, which again looks really good. And then right here, you guys can get a good idea. I want to make sure I don't die though as well. Let's just pause it and take a look at the enemy forces as well, the Grave Guard. So obviously on the front line, we do have some Grave Guard. These are other dudes with great weapons, looking really, really slick. Nice skeleton models for sure. And that weapon is pretty goddamn massive. So they're going to be wielding these huge swords. Sorry, getting a little bit caught up on the terrain right there, and just able to really get stuck in. They don't have obviously as much armor, but still looking very awesome indeed. We also then have the Wraiths. Again, the models done an amazing job with these guys, especially the way they move as well. They just kind of bob up and down. Obviously, it's the legs being invisible, but still they look really cool. And I'm sure custom animations will be added to them at some point. But yeah, they've done a great job there at kind of creating this monster in the game. As we go further back, obviously we're going to have the slower warriors, the Grave Guard with sword and board right there. Again, amazing stuff. Cannot complain whatsoever. We have the normal skeleton warriors advancing further forward. And then the skeletons with shields, obviously with them coffin shields. Looking amazing. And is Mannfred around here? Yeah, here we go. There's Mannfred as well. Looking extremely fierce. Ready to push forward on his skeleton horse as well. Yeah, so I think that's all the units. We don't think we have many more. So let's just get into this battle and hope for the best. We also have my Wings of Death as well, so I might shoot off another one of those at the enemy, doing some decent damage. Again, you can see it kind of ripping through. Oh my god, the damage on that bad boy is insane. Continue to fall back as well and prepare my men of the Empire to fight and fight hard. Do we have our fireball back? We do. Oh my god, that fireball went way too far. That went way too far. Let's get ourselves stuck in here. See if we can do some damage to the enemy lord. Our sword getting caught, unfortunately. There we go. Sliced down there. Only 5 damage. Come on. That Wraith is absolutely smashing me. Let's zoom out and obviously get a nice little close-up here of the battle. And see the soldiers smashing into one another. Then Wraiths just colliding down. We have plenty more men, though. The halberds swinging their weapons overhead, trying to take down these Grave Guard as best as they can. Oh, that Greysword going down, the Grave Guard blocking, then finding their match. As well as that, something that's really interesting with the vampires as well is they don't actually have morale in the game. So when their morale drops low, they actually start to slowly lose HP. You'll see an effect on some of the skeletons if we start winning the battle, where they won't be dying, they'll be crumbling, much like in Total War Warhammer, and they'll slowly start losing HP until they obviously die. As well as that, the Grave Guard have abilities where they actually regain health. So if they take a hit, they'll then slowly regain health if their HP is high enough. And right there we have Mannfred just taking down the soldiers as best as they can. The Wraiths as well with their scythes ripping through this. I mean, just my god. May Sigmar be praised. Are we dead yet? Yeah, we are definitely dead here. We're just now a lowly soldier. So let's go ahead and command our missiles a bit further back, because they're going to break through that situation very quickly. And I want to try and set up my formation as best as I can. Let's just go back on the normal speed. Now, how are we just like a normal lowly soldier instead of like a halberd or something? I'm actually just going to go off and die so I can then play as like a halberd or something. Yeah, so you can see this effect right now coming off the skeletons. It's because their morale has dropped down. So now they're going to be slowly losing HP. So let's block this hit coming in. Yeah, so I actually do want to die here, so I can then play as one of the greats. So there you go. Now we're playing as a halberd, hopefully for a little bit longer. Missiles should be all formed up as well now, volleying in. Oh my god, there's Mannfred over there as well. He's riding in. The guns are firing. The bows are letting loose right now. Unfortunately, I know I no longer have my magic. But the magic system, I think, is really cool and an interesting way of doing it. Being able to cycle through spells as well. And it'll be great, you know, if you're a magician, if you're a wizard, you're going to have to, you know, learn, like, buy books and stuff. And, like, oh my god, I keep on dying. This is over. Here we go. We're got it now. You're going to have to, like, obviously slowly... You're going to obviously have to slowly... You know, learn different types of magic and different levels on them spells and stuff like that. Let's see if we can absolutely smash a Graveguard. Are we not loaded? There we go. We're loaded now. So the animations on a lot of this stuff aren't quite done yet. But we'll be in the future. Let's pull out our sword, see if we can do some damage to these guys. But this has been a pretty big massacre. I'm not going to lie. The enemy have taken us down. There is. We do not stand a chance. Can I flee? Get my bow out maybe? Yeah, no, we are... We've got a gun still, yeah? Let's try and take out one of these Calm Wraiths. One of the nice things as well is they can really implement... We're just getting slaughtered here now. Yeah, the settlement is lost. We are fleeing. Yeah, I'm going to be the lone soldier. And I'm going to run back in as everyone else flees the battlefield. And we will charge the enemy ranks. But yeah, again, this just gives us another bit of time to really just look at this armor. Looks even better from the back. And then also the settlement as well. It's going to be very interesting how they do obviously decide to do sieges. I'm very much looking forward to it. And yeah, hopefully they do manage to keep the epic scale. Alright, let's go. We haven't got... I don't know how much damage my weapon's doing, but we managed to take him down. Nice, get wrecked. Who is next? Is Mannfred? Oh, Mannfred's coming, okay. I will be the brave Empire soldier who takes down Mannfred von Carstein. It's one skeleton warrior done. Come here, Mannfred. So I'm not actually sure exactly what spells Mannfred has, but I imagine it's some pretty good ones. There you go. He's down. He's got his boys coming, so we need to take him out quickly. There's 6 damage to him in his armor. So I imagine other weapons will also be much better at like helping out. Well, that Graveguard is actually losing HP. Oh my god, he brought me down. And now we are glitched out there. But cool, that's enough for the battle, I think, today. Enemies nearby. The battle is lost, goddammit, sir. Don't know what is happening there, but obviously keep in mind early access and stuff like that. You know, it's still very much a work in progress. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this battle. What we're going to do now is we're going to dive in and take a look at one of the other maps that we have access to, and then we'll probably end the video. Okay, so we are now in another map. This is Biberhof, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's still very much a work in progress map. This one isn't done, unlike the other one. The other one's still being worked on, but, you know, this still has, you know, work to be added to it. But as you can see, the settlement's going to have kind of like an inner layer castle right up here, pushing all the way back to the keep. There are going to be, you know, a few ways into it as well, so maybe we can get different spawns as well, having the AI really assault from different positions. We have an awesome statue of Sigmar right there. And there's also kind of another way up here as well that can be attacked as they push up as well. So yeah, definitely looking forward to something like that with more of the, you know, more ways to attack castles. If they're going to go for like more of the gate and not many fights on the walls, I think it would be fun to have, you know, more just like loads of different gatehouses and stuff. There's also just kill map. Can we fire a fireball? Wings of Death? No, my Wings of Death is, sorry, my Winds of Death is pushing way too hard. Hey, Mannfred, you going to fight me, bro? Looks like he doesn't want it. Can't handle this smoke. It's because we took him down in the last one. But as you can see, this map is, yeah, really nice. Again, just kind of a little bit of a glimpse. And even, like, hopefully they just do, like, battle maps like this, you know? A battle map with this in the center would look really, really good. And just interesting terrain. You know, maybe a battle map with just, like, you know, a big, like, Empire village. There are a few in there, which we will be exploring in another video if we go ahead and get enough, you know, people to watch. All I want to do is just fireball Mannfred. Do I have, like, a target reticule on? It doesn't seem like I do. Maybe maybe it'd be better. Oh, I actually went right through him as well. It'd be interesting to see how they will do that in the future for sure, because it is kind of obviously important aiming a spell at your opponent. Like, how do I have to look for my eyes maybe and like line it up? And that doesn't actually blow up on him, which is kind of funny. But yeah, cool. That's going to be our first look at the awesome old world mod. As I said, if we break 500 likes on this video, I'll do another one playing on a different map, because if we take a look really quickly, there are, I think, about 3 other maps that we can mess around with in this build. Obviously, I'll also take a look at the other lords as well. We have the generic vampire lord and also Krell. It doesn't say if they have any magic here. Yeah, it doesn't say what type of magic they have either. I think it is just the 2 in the game. But yeah, as I said as well, we also have some awesome maps. So we have the Empire Village, we have the Forest Road, and the Sylvanian Marshes. All of these are custom scenes that have been made for the mod. So yeah, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see me do more, obviously drop that like. We hit the target, boom, another video uploaded straight to your YouTube feed. Obviously, to get that video as well, you're going to need to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Obviously, go over and show some love to the developers as well. They've been working super hard on this, and the mod is looking spectacular. So I cannot wait to see future updates, and hopefully, if these videos do well, they'll allow me to keep on showing you guys all the stuff that they have been working on. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.